In today's video, I'm going to take you through a 10-minute osteoarthritis workout that you could do daily. It is super practical. It's only 10 minutes. I've got 5 exercises for you. We're going to go through them twice. We're doing 30 seconds of exercise with 30 seconds of rest, and we're going to start now. So I'm going to start off with a sit to stand, and all you're going to do is drive your hips back, find a chair to sit down in, and come back up. We've got 5 seconds before we're starting. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Super practical exercise. You can do this as part of your 10-minute workout in the video, but why not try 5 to 10 of these every time you get out of a chair, because it's super common if you have osteoarthritis in the knee or the hip to start relying more and more on your arms, less and less on your legs, and then all that happens with time, 2, 1, stop there. All that happens with time is it gets harder and harder and harder. Your legs get weaker and you rely more on your arms. So it's a vicious cycle. So practice it, it's really practical. The next exercise is going to be a side step. So you're just going to step out to the side, back in. We're going to alternate between left and right. I'm showing you without support so you can see what's going on. But if you did want to hold on, chair in front of you, exactly the same, nothing changes, and off we go. So I'll get rid of that so you can see what I'm doing. You can start off with really small steps to build up your confidence, and then as you get a bit more confident, you can go a bit lower and a bit wider, and that will get that hip working, get that knee working, and your ankle working as well. Well done. So 2, 1, and stop there. Third exercise on the list is going to get the heart pumping a little bit. We're going to do a march on the spot. Grab your chair if you want to hold on to something whilst you're marching on the spot. But it is, as it says on the tin, just small steps up and down, driving the arms, driving the legs. You can start off with small steps, and then again, as you build in confidence, you can start driving those arms and knees a little bit higher. Off we go. So, just marching on the spot, nice straight back, get those hips up, get those knees up. It's always a good idea to get a bit of moderate intensity cardiovascular exercise in your weekly routine. It's a good way of improving pain. We know that moderate intensity exercises release naturally occurring pain relief in your system. Stop there, which is great news. You've got naturally occurring pain relief in your system that gets released if you move. So wall press is the next one. So we're going to do a press up against the wall. You are going to start off with hands kind of just past shoulder width apart and around shoulder height, and you're aiming for face and chest towards the wall. I can't see the timer. We go in 2, 1, off we go. If you want to make it a bit easier, take a step in. If you want to make it a bit harder, take a step out. But similarly with the marching on the spot, what I was saying about improving pain, adding some upper body exercise into your routine is a good way of doing that, particularly if things are sore. 2, 1, stop there. If things are sore, you're going through a flare up, adding some upper body exercise into your routine, particularly when you're having a not so good day, is a good way of improving pain. Next exercise is going to be an overhead press. So you can do this without any weights, arms above the head, or if you did want to grab a can of beans or a bowl of water, pause the video, come back, and it is the same movement above your head. So starting off at your shoulders, 2, 1, and then just tapping the weights above your head. So like I said, can of beans is fine for now. You can keep them out so you've got a visual reminder that it's a good idea to do. And you can do this exercise sat down as well. So if you find it a bit too challenging, stood up. There's no reason you can't sit in a chair and do your overhead press. And then what you can do with time is just increase your weight slightly as it gets a bit easier. Stop there. That is it, first round, done. So, on to the second round. First exercise was the sit to stand. Grab your chair back. I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to use it to have a little rest. So, next exercise, sit to stand. Really trying to make sure that you are doing it nice and slow and nice and controlled. Grab a swig of water if you need to. Okay, off we go. So nice and slow, nice and controlled. It's often that last bit that people struggle with. So they've got enough strength to do this bit, but that last bit is a plonk. So no plonkers here, please. Nice, slow, controlled movement. And if it is plonky and you do have a lack of control, if you keep practicing this, what you'll find is over time, the movement does get more controlled and you can lower yourself down easier. Well done. Okay, next one was the side step. So I'm going to face you. It was the alternating between left and right, just out to the side. Okay, but have a breather. Grab some water if you need to. Hopefully by now you're getting a bit of a sweat on, you're getting a bit of a puff on. I know I certainly am. Off we go. Good. There's a little bit of balance in this involved, but also a nice bit of load going through the whole leg. So hip, knee, ankle, which is really good. Functional exercise to improve those joint symptoms. Similarly, with some of the others that we've done, if you wanted to make it harder, just grab a weight and you could do exactly the same thing. Stop there. Moving into marching on the spot. So that's going to be our bit of cardio in between. Again, building up to higher knees. When you feel more comfortable and confident, feel free to grab a chair for a little bit of support if you need to. Okay, I'm going to get my breath back. And then we're going in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So just marching on the spot, driving those arms, driving those knees. If you're feeling really brave, you could always break into a very small jog if you feel comfortable and your symptoms are happy for you to do that. Everything is always symptom dependent. There's no black and white rules when it comes to what we should advise people when they have osteoarthritis. How can there be when so many people have it and everybody is completely different? 2, 1, stop there. Okay, next one was the wall press. So we've got a couple of upper body exercises now. So that was the press up against the wall. You can do it against the wall. If it was too easy first time round, feel free to do it on an incline. So kitchen surface or dining room table will do the job. So we've got 10 seconds left. Have a breather. Get ready for the next 30 seconds. I'm certainly getting puffed out. 2, 1, and off we go. If it's really tough, what you can do in the 30 seconds with all the exercises, count how many you can do, make a little note, and then see if with time and practice you can do a few more. If you're doing 8 this week and you practice the video, and in 3 weeks you can do 10, then you know objectively you are getting stronger. Well done, and stop. Okay, last exercise was the overhead press. So that was the either standing or sitting down, whichever you prefer, kind of punching above your head and back down. And that's a really important point. It's a really good idea to have some very objective, functional things that you can monitor and measure as part of your progress, because although most people focus on pain, it's not the best idea. Off we go. Because pain is highly variable, there's lots of different things that can affect it. I'm doing this in the UK, looking out the window, and it's absolutely lashing it down outside. Weather is one thing. So nutrition, stress, sleep, weight, exercise. There's so many things that make pain worse, and it's not therefore a good measure of progress. That's why it's important to have objective, functional things that you can reflect back on, stop there, to monitor your progress. Okay, perfect. That was it. 10 minutes, done. If it was too easy, press play again. Do 4 rounds, 20 minutes of exercise, but I hope you found it helpful. If you did and you would like some more knowledge and education to try and manage your symptoms better, I have written a comprehensive, ultimate self-help osteoarthritis guidebook, which you can find a link to in the description below the video. And on the YouTube channel, the Genuine Physio YouTube channel, you can find lots more follow along osteoarthritis workouts that I hope will help your joint pain. And whilst you're doing that, I will see you in the next one.